Is WWE leaking fake news stories to deceive the fans and dirt sheets? Guys, we're going to talk about it. Some very interesting stuff being brought up, plus some huge TNA news and much more right here on The Ango Show. Don't forget, I do have a giveaway at 100,000 subscribers for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship replica belt from WWEshop.com. If you guys are interested in that, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's kick things off with some TNA news. This one is fun. This one is exciting. And obviously, if you are somebody who is having a hard time getting the ability to watch TNA, then this news specifically benefits you. Because it's been revealed by Fightful Select that TNA Impact will now begin airing at 8 p.m. on Thursdays on TNA Plus streaming app. Now, obviously, one of my biggest concerns about TNA, despite how much I love the product, I have been very open and honest about distribution. Now, maybe Anthem doesn't like hearing this from me. I don't know. But Anthem owns TNA. They own Access TV. I want more eyes on TNA. I think they are a consistently good TV wrestling-based product. But one of the things that hurts them is that Access TV is not easily accessible across all different markets. Now, TNA Plus is a solution to that. So if you guys pay for TNA Plus, not only do you get their monthly specials, not only do you get their incredibly awesome and historic tape library, but now you're going to actually be able to watch at 8 p.m. Okay? That is a huge deal. For those, maybe you have Verizon Fios or Comcast or whatever providers that dropped Access TV, this is a solution. Yes, you would be paying a monthly subscription fee, but you are getting all of these premium events. You're getting a very nice tape library, and you're getting weekly television. It's actually a pretty damn beneficial streaming package. I wish other wrestling companies just simply did it this way because, well, let's be real. WWE, you're going to have to pay for Netflix, and then you're going to have to pay for cable, and then, and then Peacock for pay-per-views. And AEW doesn't even have a streaming deal. So when I see TNA going through this approach, I'm actually a really big fan of it. But for me personally, as a fan of TNA, I just want more people to have access to it. And one of the biggest issues with the way they were doing it before was the show would appear at 8:30, not 8 o'clock. So if you are somebody who goes on Twitter and live tweets your reactions to wrestling, well, you couldn't even really do it on TNA. Otherwise, you would be spoiling it for others. Like, it was a very difficult situation. If the show started at 8:30 and other people are watching it at 8 o'clock, you're left behind. TV distribution is so important, man. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but I'm going to say this quite a bit. And for TNA, I just want them to really get people to watch their product, and it's a good product. But I feel like Anthem and the TV distribution thing, that's kind of the issue. So very excited about this news. Very glad to see that TNA is going to be doing this. So yeah, shout out to Fightful Select for that report. Guys, we talked about Angel Garza's contract coming up. Now it appears that Humberto Carrillo's contract is also ending on August 1st. This is definitely important to talk about because, well, we don't know who's going to stay. We don't know who's going to go. And I obviously want to bring this to your attention because with contracts, it seems like a lot of them are coming up relatively soon. The best way to stay in the know-all of everything that is happening here is by clicking that subscribe button, right? So I'm going to keep you guys updated, but basically what you guys need to know is that Humberto Carrillo's contract also ends on August 1st, according to Fightful Select. Now, they are a tag team. I love this tag team. I think they're a great tag team. I loved what they were doing in NXT. Since being brought up to the main roster, I don't know if I share that same amount of love that I did while they were in NXT. And I think that really just comes down to WWE having contracts expiring, not really sure what to do. And I really want to see this actually become improved because this tag team division is sick. They got some great tag teams. Garza and Carrillo, if they decide to stay in WWE, at some point should be involved in tag team title feuds. At some point, they should be going for the World Tag Team Championship belts or the WWE Tag Team Championship belts. My bad. My point that I'm making is that Garza and Carrillo are really good wrestlers. They have great presentation. They are like a legitimate tag team, right? Like they come across as a real legitimate tag team. They got the lucha stuff down. Like these guys are fantastic, right? Contracts ending. Do they stay? Do they go? We don't really know. We know that Sean Ross Sapp mentioned that there is a deal on the table and two sides are negotiating. So as always, expect to see this play out. If they decide to re-sign with WWE, I will keep you guys updated. If they decide to leave the WWE, I, of course, will also keep you guys updated. But this actually stems a different conversation that we need to be having. Now, I have talked about Slice Wrestling in the past. There have been some stories that we discussed on this channel that have been very accurate. And there have been other stories from Slice Wrestling that haven't necessarily been accurate at all. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is for a multitude of reasons. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about this because this is something that is being discussed a lot right now. According to Slice Wrestling, WWE is purposely leaking inaccurate WWE superstar contract details to deceive websites and smoke out moles. And this is a very interesting discussion. Because on one hand, I could very well see that WWE is doing that. I think there is a perception war. When people talk about WWE versus AEW, I don't think that's really the war that you guys need to know about. I think the war that you need to know about is the perception one. The one where WWE wants to look like they're winning every time. And if WWE has a whole bunch of contracts being expired or whatever the case may be, if these talents re-sign with WWE, WWE will try to utilize this as a position of winning the perception war. Oh, so-and-so didn't sign with AEW. We re-signed them. That is a win for us, right? Now, obviously, WWE leaking inaccurate information about contracts actually does make a lot of sense. Let's just put this out there for what it is. We all know that surprises in wrestling are very hard to come by. Last week, Ethan Page and Jordan Grace showed up on NXT, and it was a fantastic thing that we all got to watch, and it was a genuine excitement because it was a genuine surprise. By WWE trying to throw off the dirt sheets and, even the people that are the mole backstage, it is a fantastic thing. Now, I feel like AEW has actually gotten really good about preventing leaks. WWE has gotten better, but WWE is not perfect with this. I want to see more surprises, and if that means you got to leak out fake contract stuff to win this perception war or whatever it may be, that is completely fine. Garza, Carrillo, Natalya, Chad Gable, Ricochet, those are just a few of the names of the contracts we know about. We're going to see how this all transpires within time, but ladies and gentlemen, I want to know from you, do you think WWE is purposely leaking out fake information to throw everyone off? I'm just saying, I wouldn't necessarily be shocked. Ladies and gentlemen, that is The Ango Show.